Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Katie and I am so glad you guys are here. So actually, the Get It All Done Club launched last week, and if you aren't familiar with the club, I have 100 gals that are going through this membership club that I started, and I am already having so much fun. But one of the things we were supposed to do for the club was we were supposed to organize something in our house, whatever it was. So I picked this junk drawer because it's not technically supposed to be a junk drawer, it just collected a lot of junk. So I picked this and I thought I would film it for a little extra motivation, and then I was like, you know what? I just need to do my once a month deep clean, like my whole house, organize and go through every drawer, every cabinet, and every cupboard. And since I started this in the afternoon, I didn't have the opportunity to do the entire house, but I did the entire downstairs. And then I just did a kind of easy, normal, tidy up clean on the upstairs. So we're halfway there, and this drawer is looking smashing. So thank you guys who are a part of the Get It All Done Club, because you guys not only had me organize this drawer, but ended up encouraging me to clean my entire house. If you are new here, click the subscribe button. I would love to have you stick around. And if you are old here, then I'm so glad you're here. And yeah, if you guys enjoy cleaning videos, give this one a thumbs up. Just to give you guys a little context, this is after lunch. The kids really wanted to sit in their little chairs over here and look out the window, which I just thought was way too cute, even though they got everything so sticky. So I usually do not like to clean and use my children's nap time to clean, but today, since I decided I was just going to do the whole house in one fell swoop, I needed to clean through their nap time. And sometimes it's actually relaxing to turn on a podcast or watch a YouTube video or something while I clean. And today I just enjoyed the silence. So what I'm doing right now is just a basic cleanup after lunch so I can think. So this is not actually a deep clean. What my once a month deep clean is, if you guys are unfamiliar with it, is usually on the first Saturday of every month, I try to deep clean my whole house and organize and declutter it. So I go through every single drawer and every single cupboard, and it feels amazing when you're done. But I missed last month because our weekends have been nutso. And I also was not going to be able to do it because of weddings and stuff that are going on this month on the weekends. So I just had to do this during a weekday. So Leon and Lucy are my oldest, and they are currently asleep, but Louie was crawling around on the floor in there, and I decided to let him help me out here in the kitchen. One of my favorite things to do with a baby is to put them in a high chair, and I just gave Louie some frozen peas, and he's just kind of gonna suck on those. You guys are gonna see the organization in my cupboards has gotten really bad. When I stay on top of this and I go through every cupboard once a month, it typically just takes a little bit of tidying for the cupboards to look organized and neat again. But when I miss a month or two, it fades fast. And then it's such a bigger deal for me to actually deep clean the whole house at once. So this feels almost more like a spring cleaning because it's almost like I'm starting over with my cleaning systems because I missed that month. Usually I work from the outside in, so I will wash a cupboard on the outside and then organize the inside. But I know that today is going to be a big organizational and declutter day because my cupboards are so bad, so I'm working more from the inside out. And anytime I finish a cupboard, either way, whether I clean the outside first or the inside first, I always do the entire cupboard. So I wipe it down inside and outside, and I just kind of do one at a time. This gigantic honey bin is empty, so it'll be nice to get rid of that. And I'm gonna need to combine some packaging in here and pour it into glass containers. And I think just doing that is gonna save a lot of space in this area. I had my sister-in-law come over this week and she asked for some oil and vinegar to put on her salad. And you guys know when you have a guest come over and all of a sudden you realize that your containers or your walls or whatever it is that you've totally gotten used to are disgusting. It's like once you look at something through someone else's eyes, it all of a sudden looks really bad. So that's a big motivator for me to work on tidying this stuff up and washing things down. Using glass jars to organize, just using these canning jars in various sizes. So gallon, half gallon, and quarts are probably my favorite size, but I have a few pints in there too because they're so interchangeable. You guys will see if something doesn't fit in one jar, then I will just up a size or down a size, and everything's interchangeable. So the lids, the glass, and it just makes it so much easier when you organize your pantry all the way and then you need to add, say, a couple more jars. It's just a standard style of jar, and so you can add to your pantry organization without it changing the look or the feel of it. I think sometimes when I look at people that get very specific pantry organizers, it's going to be hard if they buy an extra cereal that week or something like that because they don't have matching organizers for the things that they add to their pantry. So I just love how simple and cheap it is to use glass jars as organizers. I typically only use sugars for dressings, but I do still use sugars for dressings. I'm trying to go to using only raw honey and having that be the only sweetener we use. Well, raw honey and then maple syrup. But we're still getting there.
I know that I haven't been who I was. I am supposed to be the one you can trust. I feel so useless 'cause I let you down. I hope there's some way I can make it alright, 'cause I know that you deserve much more than this. If you give me one more chance, I swear I'll try my best to always be there. And I want you to know that I'm lost without you. I'm not without you. I hope I can show what you mean to me, 'cause been so selfish and made you believe that you're not good enough, but you're all I need. I'd take you places that you've never been. I would give you the world if you let me try again. Yeah, just give me one more chance. I swear I'll try my best to always be there. And I want you to know that I'm lost without you. I'm not without you. I hope I can show what you mean to me, 'cause I don't know what to do if you go.
So this is where I store the kids' arts and crafts supplies. It makes it really easy when I'm cooking dinner or when I'm in the middle of a project in the kitchen to just give them something to play with right here. So I love how I'm able to keep all that right in here next to my bowls. And you guys, seriously, never get your cabinets finished shiny. I thought that having dark cabinets would be so nice because we had white cabinets in our other apartment, but everything shows on these cupboards. I feel like they're like having an entire house of stainless steel with little toddlers. It's not ideal.
I can't show what you mean to me, 'cause I don't know what to do if you go.
So on a deep clean, I make sure I do things like clean out these awful drip pan things. Try to see if your oven pops open. It makes it so much easier to clean it if it does pop open. And I also do things like wipe down the walls. Something that used to take me on a really long time on a deep clean in my old house was cleaning out our oven. It was a really old oven. I used to have to put a ton of sprays in there and baking soda and all kinds of stuff and let it soak, and it wouldn't clean on its own. But this oven's new, and so it's a piece of cake to clean. I also wipe down all the appliances on a monthly deep clean, make sure it's unplugged, and then I'm having to dig in here with a knife because Leon cooks his own bread every morning. He's my 2-year-old, and there's a lot of bread in the bottom of the toaster. I realize it'll probably freak some people out when I say my 2-year-old makes his own toast in the morning. He's really independent, but I am obviously there, and I don't just let him work with hot appliances or things that could electrocute him without me overseeing him. But he loves doing the whole process all by himself. It's pretty cute. Something else I always do on a once-a-month deep clean is clean out the butter dish. Those things just get so gross. And just so you guys know, like, I know I'm referring to a lot of things here that I do specifically. I have a checklist of things that I do monthly, and I typically will go through that checklist. I've done this a couple years now, I think it's been, every single month, so I know what my checklist is in my brain, but it's still sometimes kind of fun to just go through a checklist and see the progress that you're making and making sure that you aren't missing anything. So I will link those down below. They are on my blog, I believe. And so if you want the printables, I'll link them down there for you guys.
You know I want you close, maybe hold your hand a little while. Somehow I know you're gonna be the girl that I'll end up calling my own. We ride around in style, sleeves rolled up, glasses on, and then you make that smile and my heart starts racing when I'm with you. When I'm with you. Can't get enough of this, being with you is like never sunshine. Feels like everything stops for a while when we look into each other's eyes. How could I ever let you go now when you're looking like that? Can't get enough of this. Being with you is a never-ending sunshine. All I want is you. You make my world spin round and round. Sometimes I don't know what to do, 'cause my heart starts racing when I'm with you.
Something I've always enjoyed having my 2-year-old do is when I do scrub down the walls and the baseboards, I have him spray the walls, especially like behind the high chair and stuff like that. It's awesome because the spray can't really spread anywhere I don't want it to be. I want it to be all over the walls, and he just thinks it is the most fun thing. We've done this probably ever since he's been 1 year old, 1.5.
A never-ending sunshine. You know I want you close. Maybe hold your hand a little while.
One reason I'm a really huge fan of doing this once a month is certain things like scrubbing down my walls. I don't notice. Like when I'm constantly tidying and doing stuff like that, I just get used to like sticky fingerprints and stuff and I don't notice. But when I'm going through a checklist, I'm able to be like, oh yeah, the walls should be scrubbed. And then I notice all the junk that guests will probably notice when they come over.
Never-ending sunshine.
The kiddos have been playing here on the carpet while I've been cleaning, so it's time to finally tidy up that section of our living room. I've also been putting some things here as I have decluttered the kitchen. I like to just move all the mess into one location because it's easier to pick up. And as I was decluttering the kitchen, I didn't want to constantly be making trips to the garage or trips upstairs because it just slows down the momentum that I had going.
I'm driving, you're smiling, just really doing nothing. That's the thing I like about you. On the highway, it's our way, Route 66, and we keep on driving. We just do what we wanna do. Yeah, no, nothing's complicated with you. Hey, playing songs on the radio, sing along to the words that we don't know how. This brings out the wildness. Let's just run away. Yeah, I could drive the whole along. Being with you is like being on the rodeo highways. Brings out the wildness. I got a little crush on you.
I'm just checking through these drawers and making sure they are organized.
You say that I'm crazy, it's just the way that I get every time that I am with you. Your laughter takes me to heaven. I just wanna make you repeat it and repeat it again. Yeah, you make the sky so blue. No, nothing's complicated with you. Hey, playing songs on the radio, sing along to the words that we don't know how. This brings out the wildness. Let's just run away. Yeah, I could drive the whole along. Being with you is like being on the rodeo highways. Brings out the wildness. I got a little crush on you.
There were a couple drawers I just did not have the energy for at the beginning of this organizational decluttering, deep cleaning thing. And so one of them's the junk drawer. The kids get into this drawer a lot and I'm just over trying to make it perfect. I think I go back and forth on making this drawer kid-proof because, I don't know, I think it might be like a pride thing. I like to feel like, oh, my kids are gonna obey me when I say don't get in a drawer. But it just has been so tricky because sometimes I'll even send them in there to get like a pin for me or something like that, and then they just make a mess. Anyways, it feels so incredible just to know that every single inch of my house is sticky free, even if it's for 5 minutes. I actually had Elisha take us all out to dinner tonight because I was just like, I cannot have any more stickies in my house after I just spent all day cleaning them. I thought I'd give you guys a few glamour shots in the middle, but we aren't completely done with the downstairs. I just had to celebrate a little bit because the kitchen is probably, I don't know, when I do my whole house in one day, it probably takes up more than 50% of the cleaning. I feel like it's almost like 3/4 of the cleaning that I do, and then the rest of the house is the last 25%. To do down here is the bathroom off the hallway here, and it's like really unflattering and kind of unhelpful to film this bathroom cleaning it, so I'm just going to show you the finished clean bathroom, and it only took a few minutes to clean anyways. Downstairs is looking beautiful. I'm going up to our master bedroom closet. This is where we film the podcast because it has really good acoustics in here because of all the clothes. It really dampens the noise. So we brought this little desk in here and it works really well. I'm just gonna go through and make sure everything is tidy, and there's not gonna be a whole lot to do here in the upstairs. Once a month deep clean, I'd be doing the baseboards and the walls and the dusting and everything upstairs and these rooms too, but I'm just doing it halfway, and we did the downstairs, and so today I'm just going through and tidying the rest of the house because it doesn't feel great when you have half the house deep cleaned and the other house still untidy. So I'm just gonna at least make sure it looks pretty neat and organized. There you guys have it. I went ahead and did the trampoline room and the bathroom off camera because I was just tired of filming. My kiddos were up and were all around me while I finished those two things. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope that this gave you a little bit of motivation and some excitement to do some of that spring cleaning. I know when the sun comes through my blinds, I am like, okay, there's nothing more motivating than that to clean. I'm just gonna enjoy my house now, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.